What does al-fahsha wal-munkar mean? As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal-munkar. In Surah Ankabut, ayah 45, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, indeed, salah prevents al-fahsha, immorality, and al-munkar, which is wrongdoing. This ayah becomes our lens to understand the function and contrast between these two terms. So let's start with al-fahsha. Al-fahsha. Now, this is all about indecency or sexual immorality. So it comes from the Arabic root fahasha, meaning that which is obscene, excessively lewd, or shameful. It refers to sins that are intentionally degrading, shameful, and typically linked to the desires of the lower self, the nafs, such as zina, as fornication, lust, shameless speech, prawn, exposure of aura, like not dressing decently, especially to the female side. These sins break down the modesty and the soul and corrupt the moral consciousness or the moral conscience. The purpose of prohibiting al-fahsha is to preserve the purity and dignity of the human being, both spiritually and socially. Shamelessly, it's the first step towards dehumanization. So, it removes what you call haya, modesty, which is the foundation of taqwa. When you look at al-munkar is about evil or rejected actions. From the Arabic root nakara, meaning that which is denied, unrecognized, or morally rejected by fitra, the natural disposition and revelation. It refers to acts of oppression, injustice, cruelty, corruption, theft, lying, and others. These are externally damaging sins, often related to how we interact in society and how we treat others. So the purpose of prohibiting al-munkar is to establish justice and uphold the social fabric. Munkar actions create chaos and violate the sanctity of rights. Society cannot function under the weight of injustice and hypocrisy. So when you look at the concepts, these ones, they share the harm internally, personal integrity, external societal justice. They target the corruption of the soul and modesty, the system and the justice. So, these things shame, like, for example, they even destroy, they decay the spirituality of someone and social betrayal. So what's the outcome? That it destroys purity, destroys justice, prevented by haya and taqwa. So the question comes, why does the Quran pair them? Why does Allah pair them? Allah mentions them together because salah is designed to purify both the soul from desires, al-fahsha'i, the society from corruption, al-munkar. So salah is not just a ritual, but a moral reform program. If your prayer does not result in a reduction of these two evils, then it's a theological function, its purpose, and its purpose which is not being fulfilled. SubhanAllah. May Allah protect us and make sure our salahs are fulfilled with purpose. So salah connects the servant with Allah constantly. It nourishes the soul with the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that in indecency and wrongdoing are rebelled as foreign intrusions, and what remains is harmony between the heart and the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So my final take on this is al-fahsha pollutes your soul, al-munkar pollutes your world. Salah is the divine purifier of both. As one of the famous scholars, Imam Shar'awi, stated that prayer is not merely an action, it is a state that, when preserved, naturally repels the impure and the unjust. If it does not, then you have fulfilled its form but lost its soul. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our prayers, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us that our salahs protect us, our salawat protect us from al-fahsha'i wal-munkar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.